Heuchera rubescens, a California native beauty, FAQs by Vu. For those seeking a low-maintenance, versatile perennial for their garden, look no further than Heuchera rubescens, also known as pink alumroot. This California native boasts stunning foliage and delicate flowers, making it a popular choice for landscapers and home gardeners alike. In this FAQ, I'll address some of the most common questions about Heuchera rubescens, helping you decide if this little charmer deserves a spot in your garden. What is Heuchera rubescens? Heuchera rubescens is a small, evergreen perennial belonging to the Saxifragaceae family. Native to the western United States and northern Mexico, it thrives in dry, rocky areas. This sun-loving, though tolerates partial shade, plant is known for its lobed, grape-like foliage that comes in various shades, often with a reddish tinge. From spring to summer, delicate, bell-shaped flowers bloom in shades of white to pink, attracting hummingbirds to your garden. How do I care for Heuchera rubescens? Here's the good news. Heuchera rubescens is a low-maintenance plant. Plant your Heuchera rubescens in well-drained soil, either in full sun or partial shade. Spring is the ideal planting time. Water regularly, especially during the first growing season, but allow the soil to dry slightly between waterings. Avoid overwatering, which can lead to root rot. Fertilizing. While not strictly necessary, a light feeding with a balanced fertilizer in early spring can promote healthy growth. Pruning. Deadheading spent flowers will encourage new blooms. You can also remove any dead or damaged leaves for a tidier appearance. Is Heuchera rubescens difficult to grow? No, Heuchera rubescens is a relatively easy plant to grow. It's tolerant of drought conditions once established and requires minimal maintenance. What are some common problems with Heuchera rubescens? Heuchera rubescens is generally pest and disease resistant. However, it can be susceptible to strawberry root weevil. The larvae of this beetle feed on the plant's roots, causing stunted growth. Look for signs of chewed leaves and use insecticidal soap if necessary. Rust. This fungal disease can cause brown spots on the leaves. Improve air circulation and remove infected foliage to prevent further spread. How tall does Heuchera rubescens get? Heuchera rubescens is a compact plant, typically reaching only 10 to 30 centimeters, 4 to 12 inches, in height. How wide does Heuchera rubescens get? Heuchera rubescens can spread to about 20 to 30 centimeters, 8 to 12 inches, in width, forming a low-growing clump. What are some companion plants for Heuchera rubescens? Heuchera rubescens pairs well with various plants, including ferns. Their delicate foliage complements the bold texture of Heuchera's leaves. Hostas. Their shade-loving nature makes them perfect companions for Heuchera planted in partial shade. Ornamental grasses. Their swaying form adds movement and interest to the garden bed. Spring bulbs. Early blooming bulbs like tulips or daffodils can add a pop of color before Heuchera flowers. Can Heuchera rubescens be grown indoors? While not ideal, Heuchera rubescens can be grown indoors in a container with bright, indirect light. However, it may not thrive as well as it does outdoors and may require more frequent watering. How do I propagate Heuchera rubescens? There are two main ways to propagate Heuchera rubescens. Division. Divide established clumps in early spring or fall. Simply dig up the plant and carefully separate the sections, ensuring each division has healthy roots and foliage. Replant the divisions in separate locations. Seed. Heuchera rubescens can be grown from seed, but it's a slower process and may not always produce plants with the same characteristics as the parent plant. Sow seeds indoors in late winter or early spring and transplant seedlings outdoors once they've established themselves. What are the differences between Heuchera rubescens and Heuchera sanguinea, coral bells? Both Heuchera rubescens and Heuchera sanguinea, coral bells, are popular perennials with attractive foliage and flowers. However, there are some key differences. Leaf color. Heuchera rubescens typically has green or reddish foliage, while Heuchera sanguinea comes in a wider range of colors, including purple, red, and bronze. Flower color. Heuchera rubescens flowers are white to pink, while Heuchera sanguinea flowers are typically red or coral-colored. Size. Heuchera rubescens is a smaller plant, reaching only 10 to 30 centimeters, 4 to 12 inches, in height. Heuchera sanguinea can grow taller, reaching 30 to 60 centimeters, 12 to 24 inches, in height. Sun tolerance. Heuchera rubescens prefers full sun to partial shade. Heuchera sanguinea can tolerate more shade. In conclusion, Heuchera rubescens is a charming and versatile perennial that brings beauty and low-maintenance appeal to any garden. So, if you're looking for a plant that adds a pop of color and texture with minimal fuss, Heuchera rubescens might just be the perfect choice for you.